We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. We the people. Okay, first idea. We the people means we the people. It doesn't mean those people or they. We, every single one of us, are we the people. We have established this Constitution. We need to think about this Constitution as if we were there when it was written. We have to believe that we were in the room, that we were there at that time. We have to feel the connection between our experience today and the moment that that pen went on that paper and crafted that document. Because that's the founding artifact that binds us together as a country. Oh, so many people are saying it's no good. We have this big yin-yang battle in our legal world with originalists and progressives. The progressives say it's just a document written by men. It can change with time. We can amend it. It doesn't have any psychic or spiritual value. It's just a compact between men, and as times change, we'll change the document. That's the progressive idea. The originalist idea is there's something divine about this document. It's the rules of the game. The rules are based on natural law, and that natural law is a gift to us from the Great Spirit, the Creator, Yahweh, Jesus Christ, however one wants to frame a human construct around an idea that is so grand and so great I can't understand it. Now, the people that have come in contact with that intelligent Great Spirit or the Creator know it to be a reality for them. But there's a lot of people that never found it, don't know how to get to it, therefore they don't believe it exists. In fact, they'll tell me, and many people have, that I'm mentally ill. Maybe so. Call me crazy. Royce White's got a great podcast called Call Me Crazy. Look it up. Go there. Just like the Professor Penn podcast. Please, if you like what you're hearing, go to the subscribe button, click subscribe, click the like button. Let's get a community together of millions of people, because this is an action podcast. Go to Royce's podcast, Call Me Crazy. It's a completely different spin on things, but he's just right out there. He's saying, hey, they call me crazy because I believe in God. Okay, that's a great way to put down and marginalize millions of people who are people of faith. Who would do that? The faithless. And that's that tornado I've been talking about. That's that yin and yang, that complementary antagonism. Well, in our political process has harnessed that, and we need to learn how to use that process to bring about a well-being community. That's what we're doing here. We, the people, we were there. It's our history. It's our cultural record. It's in our heart. It's in our soul. It's in our schools. It's in our architecture. It's in our communities. It's our border. We, the people, in order to form a more perfect union, what we're saying here is we're working together through this yin-yang of political discourse to form a more perfect community, a union of people. And that, again, is an issue of yin and yang. There's a great philosopher named Maimonides, and I think he said, if I am not for myself, who will be? But if I am only for myself, what am I? He's talking about that yin-yang of if I'm only for myself, what am I? But there's a community personal thing. That's really what the battle is. What are individual rights? What are the rights of the community? This Constitution needs to be studied. It needs to be studied by every single American citizen. And why do I say this? We are not an ethno-nationalist state. When I say ethno-nationalist, there are countries in this world like China where virtually the entire population and certainly the entire governance, you must be a Han Chinese. There's no Barack Obamas in China, okay? This is a testament to our country's great traditions. In China, every single person in the governmental hierarchy is Han Chinese. The whole country is Han Chinese. Their religion is being Chinese. It's a religion for them. Russia is a similar example. Israel is a similar example. The sine qua non of this is China. You can talk to 100 Chinese people and ask them a question, and you're going to get 100 answers that are exactly the same. That's homogeneity. I got a lot of great stories about that I look forward to sharing with you in the future. And I want to say, sharing stories, we need to listen to each other's stories because it heals us. Repression is unhealth and unwellness. Having the courage to speak, that's why we have freedom of speech. That's why this Constitution enshrines freedom of speech. But we're working to form a more perfect community. They call it a union, but it's about a community. And when it's an ethno-nationalist community, what binds the community is genetics, which makes them very prone to be Darwinist because their community is bound together because of their ethnicity. Our American community is bound together by a set of spiritual ideals, a set of spiritual ideas and ideals. And when our universities and our high schools and even our grade schools are taken over by a 95% Darwinian worldview, these soaring ideas are minimized, marginalized. Hey, call me crazy. It's actually crazy to believe this document. And that's what we're living through today. A group of people, of which I will say I am one, that believe in the divine inspiration of the people that formed this document. This constitutional document was a creation of men who believed in God, mostly. I'm not saying they were, and they believed in God differently, but they all lived in nature. Hey, there was no one in 1776 that had headphones on and an iPhone watching a podcast. These people went down to the local bar by horseback, got together, drank, talked about politics because it was their only entertainment. There was no movies, no television, no internet, no sporting events. Their entertainment was coming together as a community and talking about life. And they practiced high-end oratory and high-end composition. What do we have now? People can't read, people can't write. How are we going to communicate with each other if we can't have a common language? Oh, no, we don't want a common language. Oh, the left has said we have to have many languages. Whatever language you came here with, keep it because it's your diversity. Nothing wrong with diversity. I have my own unique cultural traditions and I maintain them. But I'm an American citizen. And I love being an American citizen, and I want to share my American citizenship with all other American citizens, and I want to enjoy politics, and I want to seek the kind of oratory and composition that leads us to a more perfect union. This is not about winning and losing. This is about change. We want to minimize losing and maximize community. We want to maximize well-being and minimize the ill health that comes with conflict. Conflict is not necessarily good for you. Establish justice. Well, the oldest tradition in the world, that's the Judeo-Christian tradition and the Chinese tradition, believe that the world rests on three things: truth, justice, peace. That's why they had that great saying that's still used today: no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Absolutely true. But if there's no truth, there can be no justice. And we're living in a world of propaganda, spin, blatant disinformation. And one group calls the other group a liar. And, there's going to be people that come on and say, Professor Penn is not a professor. That's true. I'm not teaching in the university. How could I? I'm not a leftist.